Good evening. It's been all about the semi-finals here in Langenargen, Germany, for Match Race Germany on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. But some lighter conditions out there, not as choppy as it was for qualifiers. Our four remaining skippers in action have been Pierre-Antoine Morvan, Laurie Jury, Phil Robertson and Peter Gilmore.
First blood at the Windward Mark. The Italians are Bruni who are ahead. Gilmore has to keep clear. Here we go, down towards the finish. The blue flag, Bruni wins.
Well, let's bring you up to date with results as they stand. Both semi-final matches went to a fifth flight. At 2-2, Laurie Jury beat Pierre-Antoine Morvan in the final flight, and despite a real fight back from Peter Gilmore to level things at 2-2, Robertson managed to produce one more win and claim his place in the semi-final. Simon can come in now. We've got Simon Shaw, our double world champion and racing pundit here at the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. What did you make of the semi-finals?
I mean, an incredible day, and the scoreboard for me tells the story. With both matches going 2-0 up, it looked like it was a done deal, and we just have one more match to commentate. But from our commentary position, we watched those go 2-1 and then 2-2, and then two absolutely fantastic matches to decide our finalists for tomorrow.
Well, in terms of the conditions out there, it was a bit lighter. What did you make of how Phil Robertson and our other finalist, Laurie Jury, cope with that?
I mean, normally when it's light, you often see one boat come in and dominate and really extend away, and that's how some of those early rounds went. But you could see both of these teams, all four of these teams, really wanted to get into the final, and particularly the Peter Gilmore, Phil Robertson match. You know, we saw, 3 lead changes, a fantastic effort from both teams, and some really close racing.
It went really close. Do you think it will go to the wire tomorrow in the final?
I mean, to be honest with you, I couldn't pick it. I think we've seen, fantastic performances from both of our finalists tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to seeing it unfold on the water.
And we're looking forward to seeing it unfold as well, and a reminder of the trophy that is up for grabs.
So here comes Phil Robertson, here comes Peter Gilmore. We're coming up towards the top mark. We see the crew starting to prepare their spinnakers.
We have to match the jibe, okay?
We hear Phil Robertson saying they have to match the jibe. They have to match not the jibe. They have to just match everything that Peter Gilmore's going to throw at them. Absolutely neck and neck. Perhaps the closest top mark rounding we've seen so far in this Alpari World Match Racing Tour. Event 1, Match Race Germany. This for a shot in the final. Here comes Phil Robertson, and I think we may actually see a luff from him. He's getting nervous about the presence of Peter Gilmore, and he comes up for a luff here. We're going to see some fireworks at the top of the course. That's the luff. Peter Gilmore responding and very close. I think Peter Gilmore perhaps getting a little bit too close, forced to tack away. And there goes Phil Robertson, a mistake from Peter Gilmore. He goes for the tack. It's going to be a windward hoist for Peter Gilmore. He spins all the way round. He goes for the jibe back. Peter Gilmore now securing that inside shot, a great position for attack, but Peter Gilmore in this light wind, he's going to be slow. He has done a tack and he's done a jibe. They're fighting the crew work. You see Safuku on the bow. He's being the human pole and the furler. They shoot sets, and they've got a great position. But do they have the boat speed? Here comes Phil Robertson. He's jibing across. He's coming to attack Peter Gilmore, jibing onto starboard. Peter Gilmore is the giveaway boat. I can see Phil Robertson. He's coming up onto a hot angle, looking to attack Peter Gilmore. Peter looking for the jibe. Peter Gilmore has the placement, but Phil Robertson has the speed out of this top mark.
Am I overlap?
And here comes Phil Robertson. Has Peter Gilmore managed to snatch a lead back in a very unconventional mood at the top of this course? Phil Robertson, remember, although coming from behind, he has luffing rights. The change to 17 being switched off means that at all points that lure boat has the right to sail wherever they like. There is no proper course within match racing at this level anymore. Peter Gilmore there discussing exactly where he wants the main with Fred the tactician. He wants it in his own hands. He wants control of his own destiny as he rolls around the front of Phil Robertson.
Big aft here.
So Peter Gilmore managing to snatch a marginal lead over Phil Robertson. And there we see him there rolling around the front. Peter Gilmore, you just cannot kill this guy. The guy has 9 lives in this match race Germany. And he sneaks back around the front of Phil Robertson. And he'll be thinking to himself, what do I have to do to kill this guy? I was 2-0 up and here I am. I was leading this match. And now suddenly, no mistakes. And Peter Gilmore is somehow in front of me. A slippery fox, Peter Gilmore, in this match.
Coming up here. Coming up. Aggressive up. He jives. Do I jive?
Peter Gilmore complaining of boat speed in that qualifying round. Perhaps felt he didn't get the best of the boat draw. I tell you, there's nothing wrong with his boat speed now as he slips and slides away from Phil Robertson. Phil Robertson throwing a jibe in against the Yanmar crew. Peter Gilmore looking to respond. I hope that response wasn't too late from the Japanese team as Phil Robertson jibes, sets his chute and looking to shed his dirty air down onto the old Australian.
Coming down now, soaking now. Watch main.
Absolutely neck and neck these boats still, but we have had a lead change. Now can Phil Robertson exploit this windward position?
Nice push back down, Pete.
He's sailing his VMG angle. Peter looking to close his air, and it's Phil Robertson that's sliding into another attacking jibe. Now, will Peter Gilmore continue, or will he jibe and match? They've made their decision anyway. They're going to continue. They have no choice. I think perhaps a moment of indecision between the communication on the boat there. I'm not sure they were sure what they really wanted. And it's Peter Gilmore leading off to that left of screen position. He'll be looking at 1 and in. You can see the grey mark just coming up behind the stern of Phil Robertson. So Phil Robertson with a strong attacking position as they come into this bottom mark. Peter Gilmore perhaps with the smoother approach.
Diving in 3, 2, 1. Diving now. Kind of a little hot out. Feel like it's lifted up there.
And here comes Phil Robertson. He's jibing back, looking to come back to attack Peter Gilmore. Excellent trim, excellent set. It's been a tremendous battle between both these boats, and it's not over yet as we approach the bottom mark. We have another whole lap of this.
Coming down a click, Jimmy. Let's go pole away. In the zone here for sure. Yep.
Phil Robertson saying pole away. He's certain that he is in the zone. He thinks he has rights coming in here. So that moment of indecision on Peter Gilmore's boat, perhaps opening up the inside of the line for Phil Robertson and his team. A definite mistake by Peter Gilmore and Fred, the tactician on board that boat, opening up this inward angle for Phil Robertson. He slides around the boat. He slides around the mark, and the panic and confusion, Yanmar Racing, they still have their spinnaker set as Peter Gilmore turns up. The spinnaker is up and their jib is not out as they turn up, and Phil Robertson has the advantage. Oh, amazing crew work there from Yaji and Fuku on the front, wrestling that spinnaker down in mere seconds. But it is Phil Robertson that has snatched that lead back on this first run of this beat. 2-0 down to level the series and then to overtake on what was the penultimate run. It is Phil Robertson and his team that come through, take the yellow flag, take the nod and secure the second final against his countryman Laurie Jury. Tremendous sailing from both these teams in this match, but it's Phil Robertson that has the best of it.
And we saw Phil Robertson crossing the finish line there to make the semi-finals 3-2 in that crucial final flight, getting a step nearer to the prize that he's been eyeing up, but he's got one more opponent in his way. Phil Robertson joins me now. Phil, congratulations on that win and making the final here for Match Race Germany.
thank you. It was definitely a tough one.
Now, how did you find it out there today? It was very different to the qualifiers.
Yeah, very tricky. It was awfully shifty and really light airs compared to the last few days. So very different conditions. We just made it through the quarterfinals against Joachim, and then just scraped through in the semi-final as well. So a lot of racing for us today.
At 2-0 up, you must have been kicking yourself at 2-2. It was a long afternoon.
Yeah, I think we had definitely a comfortable lead in the third race, and probably might have got a little bit relaxed, and that's probably the biggest mistake you can make against Peter Gilmore. And he came back right at the end and passed us on the finish line. So big mistake there, and then he came back and thumped us in the next one, and then we had a bit of a dogfight in the last one. So happy to cross that line in first in the last one.
We will speak to Peter shortly. I mean, what did you make of his performance at this event? I mean, he's had a bit of an up and down, but he keeps pulling it back.
Yeah, I think someone said to me at the start, like he'll qualify and then probably take it on, win the event. So it's definitely a bit up and down, but no, he's awfully hard opponent, and every time we raced him, I think last time we did a quarterfinals against him, we ended up with 5 flights, and he's definitely a hard one, and he's got thick skin, so tough win, and we're happy.
A real standout thing when you look at the field here for Match Race Germany was the blend of youth versus experience. Is it the young skippers that are finally coming through?
I definitely hope so, yeah.
We'll see you at the World Cup in Korea as well, the Match Cup in Korea. In the meantime, though, good luck for the final tomorrow. What are you making of Laurie Jury? Do you think it's going to be a close call?
Yeah, no, I think the weather's going to play a big part in it, and hopefully we'll get some wind tomorrow, and maybe we won't, so we'll see. It's definitely an interesting place to sail at, and we've sailed against him plenty of times, so looking forward to it.
Get some valuable points on the board, and we all know what they mean.
Damien Diel crosses the finish line to win Match Race France. Bruni wins and takes Match Race Germany for a hard-fought and well-won win.
Bjorn Hansen is the new king of the Korea Match Cup.
Ian Williams takes the second race and the win here in Portugal. Great racing, superb win. Williams wins Stena Match Cup Sweden. Mursky squeezes around Hansen towards the finish. What a race. Mursky takes the title. That's the second World Tour event in a row.
Ian Williams, Monsoon Cup champion, triple world champion. This time the pressure really is off. You can see a proper celebration. That is a fantastic display of match racing.
That was a recap from last year, and you can see all the action we've still got to come on this Alpari World Match Racing Tour. A gentleman last year who was in the final here for Match Race Germany, just lost out to Francesco Bruni, is with me now. Peter Gilmore, 4-time champion, 4-time winner here, just narrowly missing out today.
Yeah, Phil and his team did a marvellous job. They had us on the ropes at 2-0, and we brought it back to 2-all. And I think in that final race we led round the top mark and had our opportunities there, but couldn't convert them. And they really sailed very smoothly, very nicely, and I'm full of admiration for them.
Peter, how many times here in Langenargen have we seen you on the brink? At the qualifiers, almost went out, and then quarterfinals, absolutely brilliant performance. Here, just going out, but after pulling it back to 2-2.
Yeah, it's not an easy place to sail here, and sometimes you can stumble and fall very early. And I think some great sailors, a former world champion, and other great tour card holders have gone out early in this competition. And it really comes down to just trying to hang in there and get yourself through. And I think maybe we worked out today we're on the water for 11.5 hours, and maybe the younger blokes were having it a little bit easier out there.
I'm glad that you've mentioned the younger skippers, because there's been this youth versus experience going on. Phil Robertson, Eric Monin had a great time as well from Switzerland. A couple of these guys coming through. I mean, what have you made of their efforts here?
Oh, they're going particularly well. I think match racing is certainly an art of acquired skill, and it develops over years of experience. But there is no doubt that these younger sailors are starting younger. They're a lot more competitive. They're getting their composure together at a young age and really showing tremendous form and style. And I think that the likes of me are are going to struggle for years to come.
Well, now that you are out of the frame for tomorrow, you can give us your honest opinion. Jury versus Robertson. Who for you is going to take this?
Oh, look, I think Phil will likely take it. He's sailing quite well. I think he got very, and he said it himself just now, that he got a little bit too relaxed with us, and it's not the thing to do, and he really needs to step up. If he steps up his form and gets on the game like he did no preparation before the start of each race, for example, and he needs to do some real preparation and get it together. If he does that well, he'll win clearly. If not, Laurie could take it.
Well, you've heard what Peter's verdict is. You can find out who will be concluded as the Alpari World Match Tour here in Match Race Germany. The winner will find out tomorrow. Do join us for more then. You can catch the live show from 2 o'clock local time at WMRT.com. Thanks from Peter and me, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bass.